We are a full year into this pandemic, and to this day, 13 Investigates is still getting complaints about DETR, the state's unemployment agency. And so all week long, we are examining different aspects of how this past year has changed Las Vegas. And right now, 13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears examines a new problem with misinformation and also the ongoing issue of people relying on luck in a game they can't afford to lose.
The misinformation is coming from all angles. A March 2nd email telling a claimant unemployment insurance funds have all exhausted.
It is inaccurate to say that the UI claims funds are exhausted.
A phone call where a DETR rep tells another claimant extended benefit money approved in December hasn't gone out yet.
Right now, we're waiting on the feds to tell us how to implement those additional 11 weeks. All right, so until the feds can tell us how to implement them, we're not able to get people paid.
People started getting paid weeks ago.
What can we say to people who are getting wrong information or can't get a straight answer?
I would say that I wish that this system were not so complicated.
DETR Director Elisa Cafferata says there have been so many changes to unemployment insurance programs that they're having trouble keeping staff caught up. The phone call recorded by claimant David Hefferon is a case in point.
The most difficult part is not getting direct answers, not knowing what next week holds, bills coming up. Makes me sick to my stomach every day, not knowing when I'm going to get paid.
David is among thousands of claimants still waiting on the $300 weekly benefit extension approved by the federal government at the end of December. The 11-week time frame has come and gone, but many have seen no money.
Having no issues the whole year up until January 5th is when I received my last payment from DETR.
The agency has rolled out some payments, but is doing so in batches.
I just wanted to get some answers, so I asked some simple questions. Just asked what was going on. He said he had no idea. His crystal ball broke.
You heard that right. Listen in.
And you don't have a definitive timeline?
I sure don't. My crystal ball broke yesterday.
I felt like it was very insensitive, for sure, because, I get they're going through a lot of stress, but, at least he's getting his job. He has a job he's getting paid. He's paying his bills. He's not stressing out in the same way we are right now.
In the particular case of, when can I expect my extended benefits that are rolling out in batches, the challenge is, and maybe we just need to train our callers to say this, there is not any way for us to figure out when in the sort of lineup of the batches you will fall, because we're going from oldest to newest claims. And it just depends on how many other things are going through the system, how many other updates we're doing, what else is happening. And so, I can't even give people an estimate of when their batch will be processed because the system is just not designed to do that.
Tough to hear for people living on borrowed time when it comes to making ends meet.
I do my filing, I apply for jobs, try to go to every interview that comes my way, and it's not an easy market right now when there's thousands of people applying for every job at a time.
The DETR rep David spoke to didn't know anything about the payment batches.
Is there gonna be any more batches going out soon?
What do you mean by batches?
We've reported on them, DETR has spoken about them, and people paid in the first batch have posted in Facebook support groups.
It's on Facebook, so that must make it true, right? Well, from where I sit, I haven't been told anything about batches or people getting paid under the EUC, so.
Cafferata says computer coding issues have complicated DETR's implementation of the latest round of programs, and they're trying to do a better job keeping frontline staff informed.
We are still paying out those claims in batches. Folks will get all the weeks they're eligible for, but because our code that we are dealing with is old, it's taking a while to roll that out.
It makes you not trust them at all. You can't trust anything they say. You just gotta kind of hope. And that's all you really have is hope.
Hope is a rare commodity these days for those still waiting on DETR to deliver. In our next half hour, as we look toward the future, you'll hear from a local claimant and a federal lawmaker who've both made it their mission to streamline Nevada's unemployment process. What will it take to get our state up to speed? Join me on Action News at 6:30. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.